Hello everyone, my name is Marisol. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoy the video that you're about to watch. It's about what's in my teacher Google Drive. If you guys like the video at the end, make sure you subscribe, like, comment. I do have an Amazon wish list for those who would like to donate to my classroom. Anything will be appreciated and hope you guys enjoy the video. Bye guys. Okay, everyone, this is my first time doing this sort of thing. I want to go ahead and get started with showing you what's in my Google Drive Teacher Edition. So the first thing that you'll notice is how much storage I have used. I have used 57.17 gigabytes of 100. That is paid. I do pay about $1.99 per month. The reason why I am using my personal Google Drive account instead of my school's Google account is because even though they do provide unlimited data, there is a thing where once you are out of the system due to no longer working there, they do shut off your Google Drive and you are no longer able to access the account. So if you are no longer able to access that account, you've pretty much lost all your files. So I do not want that from happening, especially since I've worked so hard to keep this nice and tidy and organized. And I just know for me, I will feel much safer if I used my own personal Gmail account. So the first thing that you see are three tabs. You have your files, which is pretty much my own personal life, and then my previous work life from 2017, 2020. 2017 is when I started as a teacher intern, and 2020 COVID year was my first year teaching. Last year was my second year teaching, and then this upcoming 2022, 2023 will be my third year teaching. I will be teaching fifth grade again. Hopefully, they haven't told me, but normally they kind of tell you at this point. So if they don't tell you anything, that pretty much means that you're staying in the same grade level. So this will be my third year teaching fifth grade. So as you can see here is inside my teach folder. As you can see, everything is more rainbow color. I really do like keeping it rainbow style just because it makes me feel better. So let's go on to administration. Administration pretty much is super simple. These are all of my intent to offer return letters that I got from the HR department, basically saying we want you to come back. Do you accept yes or no? And I have every single one except 2018, 2019. I'm not quite sure what happened to that one. And then classroom rules and management. This is where I made my classroom rules. So if you guys look at my classroom tour or any of my classroom vlogs, you guys will see these. And I do like these. I'm going to keep them again. I'm going to reuse them. And then here I have a behavior log chart. I did start this in February for some students who were not behaving well. They were okay with me, but if you guys have watched my classroom vlogs, you guys know I had a bit of a trouble with my co-teacher and her behavior management and just not doing very good. So we had to come up with something, and I came up with this. So I will be using this starting the beginning of the year because I do want to make sure that parents understand that I take behavior very seriously. This is something that I do want to implement. This is from High Vibe Teaching. I did purchase this off of TPT. She has like this pink think sheet, weekly choices report, homework slip, grade check. So I do want to start using this. I tried to use this like in March, but by then it was already too late. And I was like, I'll just start this next year. So I do want to go ahead and I do want to use this for the students. So that is one of my plans that I am changing. My data, this is pretty much, I can show you a couple things from here. Everything else has student information, so unfortunately I cannot show you that, but I can show you something that I did not use. And this is what I mean when I say, guys, that be careful with what you buy on CPT, or just be careful what you make, because sometimes you might not even use it. For example, I spent all summer, like a good chunk of time, creating this only for me not to use it. Nope, did not use it one single bit. In hindsight, it's a very nice, like, strategy, data. But eventually I just found out that a spreadsheet with all like the information is good enough. Like, I didn't need to do for each individual student. No, that was a waste of time. So I will be deleting this, or just, I guess, remaking it to something that I actually will use. Same thing. This was like an overall student data file folder. No, I never used it. I never filled it out. The only thing I filled out was like these past records, because that was like at the beginning of the school year. But once the school year started, no. So again, like I said, just because you make something does not mean that you actually will use it. So just be mindful of that. Again, everything else, like, I have some results, but the tiers are basically like how the kids were moving up from the beginning of the year to like the middle of the year, and so on, so on. Next, we have decor and label, and make sure I'm still recording. Yes, I am. I'm like low. Next, we have decor and label. We have my academic decor, which is pretty much everything that has to do with academic stuff. So here is my ELA poster, my alphabet wall. If you guys have seen my Google Classroom, I'll link it down below. And if this is pretty much what I used. And then she just has a whole bunch of stuff in her bundle. Here are my posters. Oh my goodness, I remember this. Y'all, this took a long, when I tell y'all, long time. I mean, it was great. It was a good thing. And I will be using this again because this cost me a lot of money and a lot of time. But printing it and cutting it, laminating it, oh my God, it took me like a whole week, like maybe 2 weeks. It was ridiculous, but I did love it. And I just have some random other stuff. Most of the stuff I have gotten either from TPT, from websites, from like carsondelosa.com, like anywhere basically. Some of the stuff I did create, but pretty much like I have anchor charts. There's my pencil right there. Just some random things that I have collected over the years. Some of it is purchased, some of it is bought. Like I said, some of it is free. So you just kind of gotta, look around. I tried to create this, did not go well. What is this? I created this based on somebody else. So I could not put it on TPT, but I did create mine for my students. So you just kind of gotta do what you want to do. Labels is pretty much anything. Like, I have my Avery labels here. And then I have my supply labels. This is pretty much anything in my closet, for example. So that's all the stuff. And I will not be changing the font. I will not be changing the design. I worked too hard to change it. Okay, so, and then I have here my, like, where am I? Let's see. Here are like my mini ones, my mini Sterilite containers. Let me turn off the TV before it makes a noise. Hello? There we go. So if you guys seen my classroom, you guys know where this is. And then non-academic decor is more like the elementary and the mitten posters, like more for funsies. I just have a couple things. What is this? Oh, here's like my calendar. And here is like my voice levels. This is something that I do want to change. I liked this, but I don't like the way that I changed like what voice level it was on. Like this thing, I didn't like it at all. So I do like this. I'm going to keep this. I just don't, I need to think of a separate way to do, like, I don't want to do the lights because I don't want to have to deal with batteries. So I'm gonna think of a way to tell the kids what voice level we're on, and just a couple more random things here and there. All right, what else we got? We got plenty more to go on. We have fifth grade team. So in my district, we have two schools, technically three now. We have an elementary school more southeast of Houston, and then we have an elementary school more southwest of Houston. So those two schools make up one district, and then now we've added a third school, but that's more middle school. But there are a couple times where the district, both schools, come together. So there was one time where we had to create something for our principals, and I just created it real fast on my Google Drive, and I just kept it there. So that's pretty much it. But that we don't really do that often. Gradebook, nothing. That is because I don't really use Google Drive for my gradebook. I use like PowerPoint, like the official PowerPoint. So that is like in a whole separate file on my computer. Lesson plans, I really do like this files. I like doing it on Google Drive a lot more than like Word or Excel or PowerPoint, just because I can share with anybody. But also my first year, I did it by week. So like week 1, week 2, week 3, no. No, 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 no. I was completely wrong on that. It is much better to do it for me personally by unit. So I have all of unit 1, all of unit 2, all of unit 3. That's pretty much what we ended on. There's 5 units in total, but we can only get to unit 3 by the end of the school year. Let's see, monthly writing essays. I do have my sprained ankle story. So if you guys don't know the story really quick, when I went to college orientation back in like 2013, I fell down the stairs and I twisted or sprained or whatever my ankle. And I like to tell the kids that because it could come up with like a story or it's a writing, just something different for them to think about. My view is our curriculum. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I think it's boring. I think it's a little too hard for the kiddos for that specific grade level. I could live without it. But that doesn't mean that I don't have to be organized about it. So we have it by units. Code reads is something more like small groups. So in every single one, I have the unit 1 story. So all 5 stories, there's 5 in each unit. I have the student edition, which it might not load because it's a big file. So this is what the kids see. Now they do have like the actual book. I don't know what they're called, composable. And then I do have this. This one's a little bit too large. So unfortunately, I can't show you guys. But this is definitely for sure one of the best things that I have ever done. This is the vocabulary words. This is something new that I did this year where I inserted all of the vocabulary words for one unit and then all of the spelling words for that unit. But we would focus on each week. So like unit 1 vocabulary, unit 1 week 1 spelling words. Like we wouldn't do all of them at one time, but for those who are more academically advanced, it would be great because they could look ahead and see what's coming up and so on, so on. So I really, really like that, and I'm glad that I did that last year. So now this year, all I have to do is just reprint it and just give it to the students and so on, so on. Okay, next we have PD and certificates. This is pretty much anything. I cannot show you guys because it does have my school name and more personal information, but I do keep my certificates in here along with my PD hours. So we have one from 2 years ago, and then this is from last year. But now that this year is done, I can remove that from start. And then I'll make the new one. Again, all I do is just make a copy and then just change the name and then just delete the previous information. All right, next thing we have our purchases. This was a good this was good in theory. But once school starts, you just don't have time to keep up with this. For example, I used to keep up with all of my purchases that I used to buy for my classroom. Yeah, that kind of stopped after I started school. Same thing for my library. I used to be really adamant during the summer with like, where did I get this book from? Goodwill, from Facebook, from whatever, whatever. Oh, that stopped after a while. So it was good in theory, but not very good in actually keeping up with it. Okay, what's next? I'm gonna skip resources because that's the biggest file. Okay, let me make sure I'm still good. Yeah, I'm still good. Just making sure I'm recording still. Star. With Star, since I work in Texas, I have all of the Star test. Now, I do not have the one from 2021, 2022, so I do need to update that. But I do like to have them for differentiation, a couple grade levels below, and then a couple, like one grade level above. So I do have from like third grade, and then that's so pretty. And I have pretty much all of the PDF. So this is like 2013, the one they took. And then obviously I have the answer key to that specific exam. So this took me a very, very, very long time. Like, oh my God. I never want to do it again. Okay, let's see. Schedule. This is pretty much my fifth grade schedule. Like when the kids went to ancillary, when the kids went to lunch. Pretty much super simple. Small groups. Oh, y'all. I never use this. I did not have time for small groups last year. I mean, I worked one-on-one with kids, but small groups, there just was never the time. There was never no, I know, I just couldn't. But this year, I really do want to do small groups, but I'm not doing this. This is, I realized that just writing it on a sheet of paper is much better than doing all this nonsense. But I did create it. I just never used it, never even opened it. I did do something for RTI. Again, just never got around to using it. It just didn't work out for me. I just feel like I never found the time where I was like, oh, I need this. Like, and I had it printed. I had it in my binder, but I just never reached for it. So I just never used it. All right, let's see. Student parent information. This is something that I do use this. Besides the resources folder, this is the second most folder that I do use. We have like literacy nights where we had to do like Zoom meetings with the parents. These were more letters. I did have a parent conference log that I don't think I used. Like parent requests, parent, like, just a bunch of letters that went home to the parents. Attendance and homework, never used. Information packet, I used it once, never opened it again. Book tracker, oh, I need to think of a way for the students to track my books. I don't know. Student roster. Okay, these were more important for me, but other than that, half the stuff I didn't really use. Sub plans. These are. I think I do have personal information on here though. Yeah, I do. Okay. So again, these are all my sub plans. I do have this on TPT. I did use this. I just don't use it a lot because I rarely missed school. I missed 5 days. And one of them was planned, the other 4 were not. Testing, curriculum test. This is like beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year. We have the unit test all ready to go. The answer document. We have progress checkups. These are pretty much like weekly. I hate these. I hate them with a passion. I really don't like. Look, it doesn't even want to load. Goodness gracious. So, and then this is for Telpass. This is just something that we have to do for Texas. I just track it a little bit. Let's see, TPT. This is something that, yeah, this is for me. So this is the stuff that I have on TPT. Like I have my data for TPT, sub plans for TPT, calendar display. I think that's it. I only have like 3 things on my TPT, which I have not even updated it in like a year, guys. So I don't know about that. Weekly morning slides. I used it for the first 3 weeks of school, and then pretty much after that, no. I used morning slides a lot when it was COVID year, because it was like hybrid. So I wanted my online kids to see the same thing as my in-person kids. But now that last year all my kids were there, you didn't really need to have them. And this is literally what it was. Like it was this. It was the same thing, just just change the date. Let's see, what's on my week one? Today is August 24th. Was that the first day of school? I think it was the second day of school. Yeah, it was the second day of school. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh, well. Write one paragraph about what you want your teacher to know. I like that activity. Did I read them? I think I did. I can't remember. So I might use them again this year. We'll find out. My weekly objectives. This was definitely used. I did it by unit, and then I did it by week. So I really did like this. This was super nice. Yeah, I really like that. And I'm not going to change it. No, I'm just going to keep it like how it is. And I'm going to just, yeah, but I do need to do a little bit cleaning up. As you can see, I have like some copy versions. I don't know. I think because I don't think we went to unit 4. Yeah, see, this is where we ended off. So I do need to go ahead and I need to change this layout from this layout to the new layout, which is like this little boxy one, because I like this a lot more. So that's one thing I need to do during the summer. Okay, the last thing that we have, because we are running on like 23 minutes, and I'm not trying to keep this video super long. Ooh, my hair is all crazy. Is the resources folder. This is pretty much where my life lives in teaching. I mean, everything is here. I'm not joking. We have like back to school. We have all of these word search, like all of these things, like all of these resources. Again, some of it is paid, some of it is some of it is free. It's just from all over, like all over. So I have centers, task force. Again, these are all either from TPT or from email providers. Like, this is crazy. I have so many, so many things, guys. Like, you would not believe it. It's absolutely insane. Like, look at that. You can freeze the screen and look at it. I have cram jams, which I really did like, but unfortunately, it is a paid service, and I was not about to pay like $14 per month for this. So they gave me like 14 days free trial, and I just tried to grab as many resources as I could during those 14 days. I have early finishers, just a couple of things like choice boards. I pretty much got all of this for free off TPT, just, various information. Let's see what else. We have the escape room. I did not do any of these at all with my students last year, but this year I definitely want to do a lot more of these. you know, just to give them a little bit more fun and not so boring. Yeah. Yeah, I remember I bought these. How fun. Okay, so I definitely want to use these this year. Let's see, we have fun activities. I think these are more like color. Yeah, like coloring sheets, color by number, that kind of stuff. You know, connect the dots. So these are more like funsy kind of things. I don't usually I use those more for like winter breaks or actual like end of the school year. We have graphic organizers. This I got free, I want to say. There's the creator. I can't remember, but I definitely do want to use this because it does have a lot of these foldables. And then this I bought, and I didn't know that it was digital only, but you can still print it. Just you just have to you have to do a little bit more of the steps. Okay. Then we have holiday and events. Pretty much everything is separated for example, like Easter Day, I have a couple things here. Cinco de Mayo, a couple things here. You know, just like trying to keep it all separated, like Valentine's Day, a couple things here. So that's pretty much what's in there. And then projects, these are more like Black History projects, cereal box project, states project. This one we did. My kids absolutely freaking loved it. We did this like in like the second to last week of school. It was awesome, y'all. Like, it could not have asked for anything better. It kept their minds busy, but it was something fun. So it wasn't like, you know, testing because they were done with testing. So I had to give them something a little bit more fun. Puzzles and word searches. This is kind of more like fun-ish. So I need to, you know, kind of organize like the it's fun folder and then like these kind of puzzles. Yeah, so I need to organize that, but pretty much like puzzles and word searches, like brain teasers in a way. My reading, hold on guys, I'm gonna pause the video because I do there is a limit of 30 minutes, so I'll be right with you guys. All right guys, we're back. We're also back with the different hairstyle. I had to download the first section and now I'm in the second section. So here is where we did finish off. This is my biggest folder, which is the reading folder. And here I just have like 1,000 reading files from TPT, from all kinds of different websites. I got these a lot from like email providers where teachers would like, oh, sign up for my VIP list and I'll send you this free, this like freebie passage or something. So I have a lot from there. I mean, it's just all over. I mean, it would take me an entire year to go over each little file, but I do have it separated by like paired passages, poetry, or figurative language. This one, which one is this one? Oh, this is like the one that I use from, what was that website? Mountain Teaching with the Mountain View. Scan stories. This is the stuff that I personally scan myself from like resources that I have in my classroom. Again, Teaching with the Mountain View, that's more her stuff. Again, Teaching with the Mountain View. And then most of this is just random things that I have found over the years. Then we have our reference folder. So this is what I have on those blue folders. Again, if you watch my classroom tour, you'll see them. And this is pretty much everything that I have either made myself or that I have given to my students from TPT or somewhere else. For example, I did create this, and as well as they also do have, no, not this. I was going to make it. They also do have this. This came in handy when we were learning about grammar and so on, so on. So I do like to keep this separate just so I know For example, this, we did not get a chance to put it in the folder, but I do want to put this in for next year. So it goes, I think I did buy this from Kim Miller, or again, freebie, I'm not quite sure. It's just all over the place, just so many resources. Then I do have under reference folder social studies. This is like my second biggest one. I mean, in fifth grade, we learned about colonial America. So, I mean, it's from all over, like the Louisiana Purchase, Jamestown, War of 1812. The most we ever get through in the school year is like right after the American Revolution. We don't usually, I think one time we got to the Louisiana Purchase, but that was it. And then here I have a couple more folders. We have 13 colonies. Pretty much everything in this folder is 13 colonies, branches of government. This is something that they do learn in fifth grade. It is very important because there are a couple questions on the Iowa exam, like the end of year state test, about the branches of government. And we have Carson DeLosa. I love Carson DeLosa. He's a great artist. Ducksters is one of my favorite for social studies. I really like this website. I have talked about it before in my classroom blogs. My World Studies, this is our social studies book. So I do have chapter 3 and chapter 4. When I go back to school, I need to scan chapter 1 and chapter 2. And then this, I haven't done it, but I do want to do it this year just because I like the story a lot. It's very interesting. And so, yeah, just a whole bunch of, I need to organize a couple of things, just a bunch of things that I need to go through and see if I really like it, if I need to declutter anything. Then we have spelling. You can see I don't have a lot of spelling activities. This, I do like, I bought this and I have given it to the kids before and I really do like it. So this is something that I will be using again. I did use it starting like in January and I feel like it was really useful. And then we have tutorials, pretty much. I don't even know why I have this. I think because, like I said, my co-teacher and I had a couple problems, and she never really stayed for tutorials, even though she was supposed to. So I had to come up with some math tutorial stuff, even though I don't teach math. Vocabulary. This is word work. I did buy this from Chalk and Apples. I do like this. I just need to figure out a way to implement it because the way that I had it like on the wall. It didn't really work. So I need to figure out a way to figure that out. I guess K-12 Reader. I like this website a lot for a bunch of different things. Just some random things that I need to go through and declutter because I don't even think half the stuff I use. Word study, grammar, L&C, which is language and conventions. Just a whole bunch of stuff like prepositional phrases. Again, education.com is a great place. The only thing you have to buy, but I just get 3 worksheets per day. I mean, just a whole bunch of random stuff, singular noun, plural noun, like all kinds of things, suffixes and base words, verb reference sheets, like all kinds of things. Syllables practices. I really like this for syllable practices. Again, this is for like fifth grade, so not like younger kids like cat, but this is for sure a lot more advanced for upper elementary and just things. There are a couple things that I created myself, so like this thing I created, but I would rather just get it off someone else because they're a lot better than I am. And then writing, I have a couple things here. This is more like personal narrative. I have like 4 types of, this is like the first thing we've learned, the 4 types of sentences. I did buy this from what's her name? Pocket Full of Primary. She was like my first teacher, like my first teacher love, basically. I think she's awesome. Like she's the reason why I kind of started YouTube. And just a couple of writing utensils or writing things that I I want to do this year. Oh, I forgot I have this. Oh my god, I bought this. Okay, I need to, yeah, I'm gonna have to, I really like this. So I'm gonna start this year. Like I'm saying, guys, like don't buy a whole ton of stuff because then you kind of forget what you what you bought. So I'm gonna have to definitely do a little bit of decluttering. Definitely a lot of like, what the heck do I even have in here? A lot of stuff that I'm not even sure what I have in here. I just need to go through and see. But other than that, guys, that is my teacher Google Drive. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope it kind of gave you some idea of you know, how organized you should be as a teacher, because this started basically my first year 5 years ago, but I didn't really get to organizing until like 2 years ago. And last year I spent pretty much all summer organizing it and making it beautiful and making it nice and pretty. And you really have to keep up with it. So that way, and what I do is for anything that is new, like, oh, I need to work on a Google Drive, I always save it to my main drive. And then, for example, let's say I need to make a document. If it loads, you're going to load. Hello? Maybe it doesn't want to load. Oh, maybe I have to save it first. Let's see. Hello. Okay, I messed up. Okay, so then once I'm actually finished with the document itself, then I go in. I don't do this where like you have to do this and then you have to go in and then you have to do this and then you have to draw it. No, it's too complicated. So what I actually do is I go here through this little arrow right here next to your My Drive. I click where I want. If this is reading, I go to my resources. Then I go to reading. And reading again is anything like comprehension, anything more. Yeah, it's pretty much more like reading slash comprehension. Vocabulary is more down here where it's just like actual learning vocabulary and their definition. And then I just drag wherever I need it to go. For example, just regular reading. And then it's right there. See? Ta-da! So let me delete that before I forget. And basically, that's how I organize my Google Drive. I will see you guys tomorrow. I do have a Amazon wish list linked down below if you guys would like to donate anything to my classroom. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. So don't forget, guys, classroom setup. I'm not worried about that. I'm not looking forward for I have to reset the whole classroom again. Oh, but that will be coming. Let's see, when do I go back? August 8th? I think August 8th. So yeah, but other than that, I'll be doing some classroom prep videos. I don't know what I'll be doing. I have to figure that out. I really just want to enjoy my summer and not do anything at all until I have to. All right, guys, I will see you guys later. Bye.